So Nils's Halloween costume, Mike, I should send it to you. He dressed as 11 from
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Cool.
Yeah.
All 8 feet of him.
It was cool. I couldn't peg the homage. How was it received, Nils, around the office?
Pretty well. A few people burst out laughing.
Always
some people
good.
just scratched their head, having no idea what it was. So.
Sure.
Always better than being offended.
Emily had a great suggestion, so if you do it again, to add some blood for a nosebleed.
It was there.
Oh, was it? Okay.
He has a beard and mustache.
Yeah, and it's far enough away. I actually added it, and then Grace didn't realize it, so that when I was driving her to school, she like freaked out and thought I was actually bleeding.
That's awesome. Happy Halloween, Grace.
Yeah.
All right.
Other people asked why I wasn't wearing a blonde wig, and I said, well, that's later in the series, but I had also thought about getting a yellow beanie and wearing that kind of as a substitute for a wig, because I actually dyed my own. I bought just white clothes and then dyed them pink because I couldn't find
saw that. Yeah.
In my size.
Uh-huh.
And that was only like $10 for the outfit, including the dye, and the wig was $10. So I was going to spend as much on a wig as the rest of the outfit. So
that's the costume itself.
Well, I just glued those horns on my forehead, and that was it.
Did that work? Did you have any kids with clever costumes? Junior high, they're still dressing up, right?
Yeah, we haven't done it for the last 8 years, but the new principal's like, no, let's have a good time. He goes, let's write the day off. That's what happens. I get it. He goes, but hey, if school's not fun, they won't be learning, which is his attitude about a lot of things. So I'm liking this guy so far.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I mean, the English, my good friend Michael, the English teacher, he's completely bald, and he did the same thing I did, but he wore his, as he pointed out, he can wear his horns higher. So they were up on his head. But, kids like, I like your horns. And you're like, what horns? Or, I like your costume. I didn't have a costume. I just didn't shave my horns today. I sent a picture to Heather, and she said, why didn't you wear a costume?
See, she knows you so well.
2 of Grace's teachers dressed up. It was really kind of weird. One of them dressed up as Bob Ross, a male guy, and then the one teacher dressed up as a painting of that Bob Ross painted.
Okay, good for them.
Are they dating?
I don't know.
They are now.
Yeah. Our Spanish teacher came to school yesterday as Frida Kahlo, including mustache and unibrow. And as she put it, she says, Diego Rivera's wife, famous painter, did all the same views because she was lying in bed with a broken back.
Gotcha.
I think she's overrated, but she's...
hold on just a second.
Anyway, today she went full Day of the Dead. I like this Spanish teacher. I hear rattling.
That's me. I'm making dinner.
I forgot to do that tonight. Got eerily quiet.
Yeah, I'm tracking satellites.
That's what you want us to believe. Peter, unless you want someone knocking on your door in the next 20 minutes, just keep believing that, all right?
Exactly.
Trying to finish Wolfsong Mercenaries.
I mean, to be fair, the mercenaries do need to make money somehow, but like...
Sometimes I look at a paint job and go, how did I make that mistake?
Sorry, Lucas just got home and I wanted to say hello to him. All right, we are live, OTNG Session 60. We last left our heroes in this fabled city of Brass. They had been chased from the marketplace by invisible creatures.
No, we beat a tactical retreat.
And they have returned to the courtyard, which they explored briefly. And in that courtyard, there's a gate to the north with a golden bell that they rang, and a great creature came and presented a riddle to them, which Cindella solved easily. There's also a gate to, and that gate opened. Though you did not progress through that gate, you chose to explore more of the courtyard, and you found another gate to the west, to the east, ice cold.
Yeah, painfully hit point causing ice cold.
Brutally cold.
The opposite of the flame curtain.
The opposite of the flame curtain on the other cardinal axis. Cindella, maybe you could enlighten us a little bit about the riddle that you solved and the meaning of the answer. I would hang you. Is that something you can do for us, or did you just know the answer because you heard it in a pub?
She's actually been in this riddle. She was actually in this situation before. She got caught while stealing something, allegedly.
She was a prisoner.
Yeah.
With a dilemma.
Exactly. And the guy in charge, shall we say, decided he wanted to be a little tricksy about it and wasn't the smartest fellow in the world. And Cindella, being smart, basically jokingly and smartassingly figured out the one thing that she could say that would prevent him from doing either of the things. And so when he basically asked her or told her that if she lied to him, he would hang her, and if she told the truth, he'd slit her throat anyway for being a crook, she told him that he would hang her, and he didn't know what to say to that. So,
So you have to explain to your game master how that logic works, because I don't get it.
Okay.
I read the riddle, and I was like, and I read the answer, and I was like, I don't.
So basically, here's what was going on through her mind. So basically, this guy said that if you lie to me, I'm just gonna hang you.
Okay.
But if you tell me the truth, I'm gonna slice your throat. So the trick is she had to figure out what she could say to prevent him from being able to actually do anything.
It invalidates both of them.
Exactly. So by telling him that he is going to hang her, if that statement is true and he does hang her, then he can't hang her because he should have slit her throat.
I got you. Okay.
Right. And then if he slits
vice versa.
Throat, then right, exactly. Basically it becomes you can't actually do anything. It's
a logic loop called the prisoner's dilemma.
Exactly.
Okay. And I'm not familiar with that, and logic was never really my strong point.
Right.
I was not familiar with it. He mentioned it last week. I looked it up and went, "Oh, I remember that in class."
Oh, interesting.
It didn't make sense until I was, 53, but I didn't remember it at all. So serious props to Ethan.
But yeah, the only reason she remembered it, it's not like it was a common riddle. She was in this scenario by chance and happened to be smart enough to figure out the one thing to disorient the guy long enough to slit his
Make her
throat.
escape. Okay. I like it. I like
She's
it.
always
I
got
have
a
to, I have to I have to run and grab my notes. I'll be right back with you. Why don't you guys plan what you want to tackle first tonight? I'll be right back.
So clearly going to the
garden's an option now.
Yes, the garden's an option now. And
I think
probably
we
the
should.
best option.
And I really like something you were doing, with the whole plants and paying attention to see what properties we can find, because I don't have the clerical spell that lets us deal with hot and cold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to have to deal with that cold wall somehow. So I have a feeling we might find something in the garden.
Yeah. Or we are dead. We still have those, not tomatoes, but whatever they were, the blood red stuff. So that might, I think all the plants apply to something.
Yeah, they're either food or just else. Yeah, but like the blood red pomegranates, those are full of blood. So Slana Shah has all those.
Right.
No, you can't have more of them, no matter how much you like eating things.
All right, I am back.
I think you have a goose.
Gib, you had last touched the frozen gate and suffered grievous harm from its chilling embrace of those golden bars that block your view into this snowy landscape that picks up just beyond the bridge leading over a chasm of fire, flame, and lava. What will you do?
We decided I think we're gonna go turn away from the from the golden cold things and go visit the Sphinx again.
Okay, so you're heading back to the north.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would you all like me to just move you onto the far side of that gate?
Please do.
Oh, that's right. He did search it. Yep. Never mind. Go ahead. Yep.
What did you want to search?
No, I was just thinking, did we search the burnt area yet? And you said we did, and it was all burnt. So.
Yes, and Gerda had planted a acorn seed there at the font of the fountain,
and sprinkled a little water from her own, water from the real world.
So
as well
actually,
as a little of her own blood.
Whilst we're going back past the pond there, Gibbs gonna try to see if he can see the bottom of that water, and if there's anything in the pond itself.
It's a shallow fountain. It's maybe 3 feet deep.
Yeah. And is it crystal clear and you can see the bottom and everything like that?
Yeah, it's made of white marble, as much of the courtyard here is. And there is a bottom there. There are these women that are sort of gathering water and chattering amongst themselves. They sort of give you occasional sidelong glances. You had chatted with them on your first visit to this courtyard, but you haven't engaged with them on your second. And peering into the fountain itself, it would be like a star-shaped swimming pool, shallow wading pool.
And there's nothing to be seen in it other than the water itself.
Correct.
Okay.
So proceeding to the north, gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
All right, I am going to just copy and paste you onto the new map. After I rename it so that I have...
So we're now going into the garden?
You're now going into the garden to the north.
Yep.
All right, and I'm shifting your perspective to the new map. Would anybody like to present?
I just did.
Oh, thanks, Nils. I will ping you to your current location.
I nominate Nils.
So nominated.
So say we all.
Wow, stuff to look. Some fruit for Gib not to touch or try to eat. Looking around, announcing it.
So let's
see if anybody believes them.
By the way, being very respectful to the Sphinx as we walk by.
She has disappeared into
the underbrush,
the gardens.
But we have her permission.
She did open the gates for you.
And she said we could return because we asked.
Yes.
I didn't want to get, some bylaw or something we missed.
Let me give you, some condition of entry.
Right.
Let me give you a small introduction to this place. If I can find where you are. Very, very confusing, very puzzling. Lots of information. Too much information. Let's try this. There we go. That would be like Bravo. The other thing that I want to point out to you, gentlemen, that while you're standing in the courtyard, surrounded by moderate castle walls in the interior courtyard, there are a couple of gatehouses and towers. The city walls soar beyond those, with the exterior of the city itself. Those walls being 50 plus feet high, the interior castle walls simply being 30 feet.
Which is quite the opposite. This place has a very Vegas feel to it.
A very Vegas?
Yeah, well, just everything's very, like, it's all white marble and everything's grand and magic and all the fruit is unique and the women
where are
are
the
beautiful.
Gambling tables at? Gib asks.
We haven't found them yet.
Thinking of.
Let's see here.
It's just like somebody conjured, oh, it's the best of both worlds. It'll be huge.
Huge, I say.
It'll be big league.
Oh, so big league.
All right. Yeah, so stepping into the garden through this very elaborate gate that had that broad script written above each of those archways. You can hear the cooing of throaty creatures which skim and flutter throughout the gardens, scuttling under fantastic botanicals, flowered tendrils, colors of dulcet, syrupy tones. How long have you been standing here, you ask? Your cheeks are misted with nectar, and a breeze rumbles through the blossoms.
Gerda's feeling a little better.
I bet Gibbs a little bit cold since he's not wearing a shirt.
No,
there is one thing I want to point out to you, gentlemen, too, about this place is that, will remind you of the peculiar time effects that are sort of in effect. That slipping, sliding, stuttering replay, fast forward, and pauses that kind of jerk and judder your existence. And this pink haze that hangs across the entire city itself was quite clear when you arrived into the city, when you approached the city. And while you've been within it, it's been a little less noticeable, though, it's this sharp, pungent smell of incense. And I want to give you an illustration, a handout of the types of things that you've been seeing all about the city.
We're not going to like it, are we?
Gonna go AFK for a minute.
Ethan, I think you just missed one.
What?
Satellite.
I think you just missed one. What do I know? I'm painting a Nolam dog here.
Then you know everything there is to know about Nolams.
That's it.
Oops. All right, I'm going to share this handout with you if I could figure out how to do that.
Clearly, you've studied. Wise man would put the poison far away from himself.
Just burning cycles while we wait for Mike too.
No worries.
There we go. Show to players.
And I'm back.
Perfect
Just in
timing.
time.
So all about the city, you've seen these strange artifacts.
Incense
just
and
shared with you.
peppermints.
There are those that kind of are set about the flagstones in the courtyards and in the corners, the marketplace. And there are those two that hang from the walls and the archways, serving much the same purpose, to issue forth this pinkish red smoke from their chambers. You've entered the garden now. You can see it's full of trees, and you may make your way about the place as you will.
Being a forester, do these look like normal trees or woodland trees or fruiting trees or ornamental trees?
They're very ornamental in nature.
Carnivorous trees.
They're very, very ornamental in nature. And though you don't recognize any of them, they're all very foreign to you. Fantastic and beautiful. Like no trees you've ever seen before.
Any fruit?
Not on the trees themselves, though you do see many. Any of those squiggled areas are areas which are plants that you could take time to study and investigate, as you have done with others. Pretty much this whole garden is full of those things, so I'll just mark out areas that you have investigated or explored. So just let me know if you want to do that.
Yeah, Gib would like to do that right now.
Okay, so in this kind of entryway to the garden through this eastern corridor, you do discover
I'm trying to be helpful, by the way, even though they're plants we don't recognize.
A lily of sorts. And these lilies have huge pink and orange lines all about them, spotted with black fizzing motes of firing pollen from purple stamens.
Gibbs going to attempt to deduce what if they have any magical effect that he can see.
Make an intelligence check, DC 15.
Like resistance to cold would be really nice.
Yes, you could harvest an ointment from these, much the way you harvested an ointment from those in the previous place, in the marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see that it would be a mighty boon to a warrior, perhaps, granting an extra attack every other round.
Wow.
Holy
For
bejesus.
an undetermined amount of time.
So Gib will set off gathering that and then give it to Horace when
All right, it's going to take time to do this. It is, let's see. Let's see how many doses you might be able to harvest. You can harvest 3 doses of these flowers from this area. This area has these brilliant striped and lilies, and this area only has enough for you to harvest 3 doses, and it takes you at least a round to discover them and another 2 to process them, turns. So 30 minutes of effort on your part.
Okay.
Everyone make a will check, DC 10. Just let me know if anyone fails. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Gerda has like a +8 to her will. That's amazing.
Well, I think that and her level. I think some of that came from going up as a cleric. Hold on, I gotta find a hammy.
Oh, Horace and Cindella.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and Hammy. Hammy totally fucked it up.
Yeah, it's okay. Horace and Cindella did too.
We're all in this together.
And we're just waiting on Arcor and
I'm getting there.
Slanisha.
I super did it.
Yes, you did. It's okay. My Roll20 rolls have been crap, so.
So I give the extras to the other guys so that they pass.
Yeah, both Arcor and Slanisha, why don't you show us how you feel at home in this place?
Even though the plants and everything are very different and not what we're used to, and even though Arcor and Slanisha have very different upbringings in their different elven-like realms, the peace, or maybe not peace and tranquility, but the sense of
balance, environment,
balance, and actually a little bit of the architecture is reminiscent of both the Kith and the elven settlements, and there's something in the incense that they don't know what it is, but that also kind of both reminds them of their elven or Kith upbringing.
Of their Fae kind, it's like kind of almost like this sort of fey-like experience, that incense and these,
Right.
and the architecture and the pristine nature of where you are now, where you find yourselves.
Are those incense burners also here in the garden, or is
They're
it smoke
everywhere.
just coming? Okay.
Yeah, they're. I mean, you know, now that you take a moment, you realize just how everywhere they are. I'm putting some color coding to your tokens, only because it's a little difficult to see maybe exactly where you are in the garden area, and I just want everybody to be clear about where their characters are.
Gibbs digging it. He thinks it's like a mushroom incense party.
Of course he does.
And every plant's an hors d'oeuvre.
Let's see here. Both Hammy, Horace, and Cindella, when you return from your harvesting of the tiger lilies, have fallen into a deep slumber.
I knew it!
And you cannot wake them, no matter how you try.
Well, that's what we get for ones.
Pardon me? Gib, did you have something?
No, I was just saying, nope.
Ethan was saying that's what we get for rolling ones.
Which literally it is, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have recovered 3 doses of this ointment from these flowers, which is roughly this first stand of trees that you have entered. And we'll mark it out for your benefit.
So we could do a little bit more quick searching, or we could drag the sleeping party back out.
Out to the outer courtyard, or
yes.
Well,
but I think that every 30 minutes we're gonna be tested for the magical relaxationness of this place.
True. Or it could just be from Harvard, working with the flowers.
Well, we could not all of us were working on it.
I thought it sounded like we were. Okay. Well, the other option is to try to push ahead and find a spot that's not so soporific. So
I will say also that you guys have spent, it's probably well into midday now by your best reckoning of your internal clocks, despite all of this weird time side effects that you're feeling here.
The orange lines represent where we've searched. Is that it?
Yes, that's a rough approximation of that area that you've harvested.
Okay. Yeah, we could move ahead if we feel like it, or I mean, we're gonna have to go to that bridge, or continue to the right. But we got to, but our party. So who all fell asleep? So 3 people.
Hammy, Horace, and Cindella.
Yeah.
I can carry Hammy, but who can carry Cindella and Horace? Cindella could carry Horace, or Horace can, but
yeah, they're both asleep. Is Gibbs +1 strength still with him?
When did you receive +1 strength?
When he ate the fruit next to the vanishing stairway. Remember?
Oh yeah, the mirage.
What type of fruit was that?
What? Say that again.
What kind of fruit was that?
That was that was not a date. That was a fig. It was a big fig. And I have another. There was more left on the thing.
Yes, the fig strength increase is permanent.
Ooh.
Oh, it's permanent. Oh, okay.
Pardon me. It's not permanent. It lasts for the day.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but right now,
every day.
according to Hammy and Gerda, the days aren't happening because he's not getting his luck back.
That's true.
No, I know. That's why. Does Gibbs still feel like he's got that strength?
He does, right?
Nice.
But I'm just so how many of those figs do you have left?
Just one. He picked two.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah, so it lasts for a day.
Right. So Gibbs, considering that one of those will last for the day that's here, and that'll give him an idea of what the day is.
Gotcha.
Oh,
yeah,
good
you
idea.
might want to write that down on your character sheet too, next to that fig with its effect.
Yeah, I did. That's why I was saying it was a day.
Perfect.
It's a big fig Newton.
They're so tasty.
Well, if we have the ability to carry anybody, I'd say let's see if we can't go to the bridge and hope that the pollen there isn't as soporific. But I think we're going to have to exit for now.
So it was in this area of the garden where the smoke was heaviest. It was almost like cloying fog that was down around the ground cover here.
And because we stopped moving, we got caught in a pocket of yeah. So I think we need to get our friends out and wake them up.
Drag the party over to near the bridge. Maybe throw some of that water on them.
Okay, sure. Take a little bit of wrestling, because I don't believe anybody's especially strong, and Horace is wearing heavy armor, and Cindella's just Amazonianly big. Hammy's easy, right? I mean, you could just tuck him under an arm.
Gibble take Hammy.
All right, so why don't you array the party as you like over there near the bridge and discover new things about this place as you do so, while I just refer to my notes momentarily. Yes. So as you approach this bridge, it's made of some sort of pale stone. It's not white. It's more like a tan. You can see beyond it something white and cat-sized flicking away. This way and that. It has long, beautiful fur, and it leaps, spins, trying to catch bees and butterflies amongst the flowers.
That's on the other side?
It is. I will. And it's in, I'll ping the map and I'll make a mark notation.
This party has a distrust of cats, for the record.
Just for the record. It's kind of out here, kind of, springing among these trees and bushes.
And how big is it?
Cat-like.
Oh, okay. So, yep, house feline. So is the party waking up any?
No, nothing you can do will rouse them.
Gibbs going to cautiously walk over to the edge of the water with his skin and dip it in it, and then take it back and dump it on to Horace.
Yeah, it's like they're soundly sleeping children.
So no difference.
Slanishaw is getting tired of this.
So
she goes over to Cindella and holds her mouth and nose closed.
Holds her mouth and okay, she begins to choke.
Does she wake up?
No.
Okay, she stops. Well, I guess this is
Gib asked Slanishaw for one of those fruits.
Which ones?
That we picked early on. That
the blood fruits.
The blood fruits, yes.
Only one.
Only one. And
All
Gib's going to break one open and drip some of it into Horace's mouth.
Okay. Cross the fruit off the character sheet. And there's just a rivulet of blood now pooling in Horace's mouth.
Of course there is.
Can we still smell the
incense?
Is it as bad as it was?
Yeah, so you could smell the incense when you approach the city now that you think about it, but it's just overpowering now while you're inside the city, and it became so overpowering that it became sort of a background thing, something that you kind of adapted to and became used to. But now it seems like this smoke is having some strange effect on your party members.
Well, I'm going to, Gerda's going to start by taking that bandana as used many times before, soak in a little water, wrap it around her face.
Okay.
So she can try and maybe not breathe so much smoke. And shit. I'm gonna start praying. Where'd my character sheets go? Oh, they're up there.
Oh my goodness, what's happening?
What do you mean? I think I need to cast a spell.
Oh my god.
Maybe I'll check this though. Well,
oh, Gerda's God.
Yeah. Well, several of the parties now. Actually, all three. No. Yeah, all three of those that are unconscious are followers of Eldivir.
You're right.
Okay.
Convenient.
Gibb's gonna search that area for fruit or plants.
All right.
I'm at 5.
Whilst Gert is praying.
I'm at 5 disapproval.
What spell are you considering to cast?
Well, there is
wakey.
There's neutralize poison disease, and there is
There's always invoke patron. I mean, divine aid.
Yeah, there's also a word of command. Wake.
A word of command.
That's a good idea.
Well, cure paralysis doesn't work. Wood weirding isn't going to do anything.
You can turn them into wood first and then cast it.
Damn. Yeah, I guess. What was it? Cure condition was I was thinking of. Oh, that's like specialized healing, isn't it? That's a healing roll. Like if I was trying to cure a broken bone, that's a healing roll. You don't get hit points back.
Cure condition.
Yeah. I don't think that's a spell. Let me double check and see if it's a spell I don't have. Because if it's not a spell, then there's got to be a way I can make something happen. But man, I'm also gonna pull Hammies up around his face too, so he's hopefully breathing a little filtered air now.
Has I don't know how clerics tell when they're, other than the day cycle, when their powers recycle. Mm-hmm. But is Arkor feeling at all that he has the ability to lay on of hands again after saving Gerda from the spiders?
Yeah.
You can do it all day.
Yeah, you can cast it as much as you want, unless there's a limitation that you've noted on your character sheet when that ability is granted.
It's just he gets double disapproval for it.
Right.
Right. Okay. Well, I could try that.
And you healed me right before we came up here. You know, after Gib touched the cold bars, and we were at a +2 at that point. But you know, things change very quickly here. So
true. Good point. Well, that's another option. I mean, I could try that, and before anything else, because I don't have any disapproval yet.
You could try the healing.
Yeah,
trying to heal this slumbering condition.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like I did with the poison that Gerda was having.
Yeah, again, I don't think my cure paralysis is what we're looking for.
Yeah, because they're not paralyzed. They move. They just are sleeping, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Oh, restore vitality. That's what I keep thinking of. I don't have that.
Maybe we can find some coffee beans or something.
That's a good point. There might be some down here that might be of use, but
yeah, try. Yep. See if that can.
So, Hemi-Syndilla Horus. Probably, if all having Horus awake would be the best one. So I'm going to try him first.
Alrighty.
D20.
And you're trying to heal a condition.
Yes. So just see how many dice I get to start off with.
What's your modifier, you mean?
Yeah, am I still +2 for the day?
It is a +2 spell check currently.
Okay.
And you use personality plus level.
Yep. Right. And I can't remember, is armor affecting clerical checks?
No.
I need to play up this cleric thing for Aircourse since he has got a -3 armor check. Okay, so
well, you could embrace the black gods of the Kith.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Maybe
That's
not.
true. I mean, Horus does have that ability, but he's asleep right now.
28. Holy cow!
So
we'll find out if this fixes that.
I don't know if there's any bonuses for clerical stuff, giving you bonuses to add your level when you get a 20, like the magicians get.
It's the same thing. Yeah, it's a critical spell check, right?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it. It would make sense, though.
Yeah, the same.
So
oh, did we lose him?
Okay. Right, I think we still have everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Nils got caught up with mid-word.
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
I hear you fine.
I can.
So I got a total of 33.
Yeah, for some reason, I can't inspect your roll to try to figure out where all these modifiers came from. But
I mean, well, so it's a 20. I rolled 20.
I got you.
Okay. +5 for my level, +2, +1 for my personality, +5
for the spell check. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
+5 for my critical rolling.
Well, so Horus wakes up. Well, let's see. What alignment are you?
That was the thing. I just realized is we should probably do the bit of a neutral alignment first.
What alignment is Horus?
Lawful.
So they're adjacent.
Yeah, it's just one die difference.
Through 4 dice. And he does
That'll
wake.
cure blindness or deafness.
Yes, he does wake.
But doesn't cure stupidity.
Nothing does.
Nothing fixes stupid, Mike.
Yeah.
Can't fix stupid, can't argue with crazy.
All right, Horus is back in the game.
Yay.
All right. Well, I can give it a try again for somebody else.
Sure. While we're doing that, let's just break away to Gib, who's been looking for more interesting fruits, and you do stumble
mushrooms.
on a.
He's looking for mushrooms. Let's be honest.
You do stumble on a fruiting tree bearing white and shiny pears, as if they were illuminated internally by a candle. Even after you pluck one from the branches.
It's Jedi fruit.
Would you like to?
Of course, he's going to eat it.
Intelligence to see if he's going to eat it now.
No, he's going to just try to deduce it first.
Sure. So that's a good roll. You can tell that these fruits will have healing properties about them, but they're terribly intoxicating.
Mm.
So you feel better, but you're wasted.
It's like a heal 2d4 plus 2 hit points.
Okay.
So not something that we can really use to cure the sleeping sickness, it sounds like.
Nope, it's a straight hit point healer.
Which is good.
And how long will it take for him to
let's see how many you can harvest.
Yeah.
While he's harvesting, we're going to try to wake other folk, right?
Sure. Why don't if you guys have other spell checks that you want to do?
Well, if Arcor's got it and he has no disapproval yet, I'm going to stick with Gib, just so if the serpent comes out of the tree, there's someone with a mace.
Okay. Okay.
And you said
which one's
2d6 plus
and which
2
one is
hit
80?
points?
2d4 plus 2 hit points.
2d4.
And also very intoxicating.
Very intoxicating, right?
So it's one of those things you give someone and they can sleep it off.
Right.
It's basically.
It's basically.
It's basically poppy seeds. It's the good stuff.
There you go. That's what I was thinking. It was like Oxycontin.
Oh, I think it's a little bit more powerful than that.
Mm-hmm.
This is the morphine.
Yeah, there are at least a dozen fruits. How many do you want to harvest?
We can say. Why don't you take them all, and we can just spread them out between us all, so that we all have something like that.
Sure.
So if nothing else, when this is over, we can all get really wasted and feel great.
Absolutely.
See, so there are 14 of them. Each of you is responsible for noting them on your character sheet with their stated effects, along with their intoxicating properties. You may divide them as you will.
So there's 7 of them. There's 7 of us, right?
Yeah, there's 7 of us, I believe.
Yeah, so we'll go 2 each.
Yep.
Very good.
Please note that. And harvesting these fruits, wandering the gardens, takes you, just simply another turn. It was as if it was all one fruit, one tree. Do you have more spell checks to do with your sleeping companions, Arcor?
I'm just noting this stuff down, and I'll be ready in a moment.
Mm-hmm. Said 2d4, right?
2d4 plus 2.
Ooh, that's nice.
I mean, next, so that if I need luck to get the last one awake, then. Or actually, what is Hammy's alignment?
He's lawful, I believe. Double check.
Possible.
Maybe he's neutral. I don't know.
Well, I mean, how could a thief be lawful? I guess was my point. But anyway,
he's a politician. Yeah, he's lawful.
We know what Cinderella is. We don't. That's always going to be a problem. So we'll just do.
She's a thief. I'm a halfling.
Same thing. 18 total.
Okay.
How many dice?
I'm downstairs in my painting room, and I don't have my books with me. If somebody can look that up.
Adjacent?
Yeah.
That's not enough to wake her.
Okay. I was doing Hammy, but unless Hammy is neutral.
No.
No.
Gert is neutral.
Okay. So somewhere between 18 and 33 is what I need.
I'd say somewhere between 19 and 33.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Oh, that wasn't enough?
No,
not an 18. So I'll try Cinderella now.
Oh yeah, you need a miracle 20 then.
No, I think just high enough to get up to 3 dice. There you go.
Like that? 27?
That's 27. That'll get you. That's 4 dice. 22 plus is 4 dice. Opposed.
Well,
lawful is adjacent.
Okay.
So it'll be 4 dice instead of 5.
Cinderella wakes. Cinderella's back in the game.
Yay!
Rise and shine, sleepyhead.
So should we let Hammy sleep, or are we gonna just carry him, or what?
He's always grumpy after a nap. I see us waking him up.
Okay, I'll give him a try. I'll try one more time. And there we go.
There's the disapproval.
And it's 2 of them.
You take 2 points. And
I'm going to carry Hammy.
2d4, right? Yep, 2d4.
The effect of the disapproval?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the one's going to be disapproval. Which means there'd be the disfavor.
6. That doesn't sound good.
Sounds better than a 1.
Well, I have a feeling that a high on this table is not good.
I'd be willing to agree.
So far, the 3 I've got are fucking with me, but they're not destroying me, which is why I'm really loath to tempt fate again.
How do you track your disapproval? Where on the character sheet do you do that?
I have my paper character sheet here is what I use.
Okay.
You just usually do tallies.
It's on.
Where's it on the character sheet?
All right. So
You'll
have.
Go to class, select.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Right there in cleric abilities, you can just tally it right there.
Yep.
I never even saw this chart. Thanks.
Okay, go ahead, Aaron.
Arcor, you have a vision of a great black spider crawling into a hole in the ground.
Ridian!
And it calls to you, and you approach, perhaps a little fearfully, but maybe courageously. You are level 5 after all.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear murmuring from this hole in the ground. Arcor, you have disturbed the ancient rites and the place of the kith. Return Slaanashah to the Fey realm, so that she may rest peacefully as is her just due, as the last matriarch of the kith. Until you do this, I shall not look upon you favorably. And you wake from this vision.
Interesting.
You suffer a -1 penalty to all your lay hands checks until Slaanashah has been returned to the Fey realm.
Dun dun dun.
Okay. Hold on, I'll be right back. I think the door's locked and Grace is trying to get in.
Alrighty.
You guys in?
All right, gentlemen. What will Gerda? We haven't heard from you. What will you do?
I'm going to carry Hammy because carrying 5 points of disapproval and 3 disfavors already. I'm not until I have a chance to cast a spell without messing up bad. I'm going to carry him.
Yeah, until you have that moment that you need a small dude to get in somewhere.
Well, I don't want to make things worse unless I really have to take the chance.
Sure.
We could give him one of the new.
Well, you could always give it to Ridian.
Things.
I mean, not Ridian. You could let Arcor keep casting. I mean, he hasn't lost his ability. He's just got 2 disapproval.
He's welcome to try. I'm just saying, with 5 disapproval and 3 and 3 effects, I am loath to try right now.
I hear you.
Oh. Now that I have a
technically down 1.
Right. So now that I have a disapproval of 2, that means
if you roll a 2 or a 1, it's another disfavor.
Right. Okay. And let's see here.
It's another disapproval, and failed checks give you a point of disfavor.
Oh, that's right.
So do I have a point of disfavor also?
No. It's
you have 2 points of disfavor.
The vocabulary is goofy, right?
And I clearly keep mixing it up.
It's all right. I mean, it's a point of disapproval for every failed spell check, and when you roll within your, I probably goof it up too. When you roll it within your disapproval range, then you get disfavor.
That's it. No, that's correct.
But I think I think it might even be the other way around. But anyway, whatever.
Okay.
They need better word sounds for this stuff.
Yes.
Or not 2 dis words.
This sucks. Okay, Gerda is carrying Hammy. They're at the bridge, which leads deeper into the garden. Gib has harvested.
Wait for a few seconds. I'll be back.
Gib has harvested hair-like fruits from a tree that glow with the radiance of a candle.
We could give one to Hammy, but he'll wake up drunk.
Well, he's
also harvested.
He's
also harvested an ointment, which bestows martial powers.
Yes, which
you've seen a creature dancing to the north of the bridge, chasing bees and small creatures about the garden. To the south of you lies the courtyard. Gib, what will you do?
I say we're going to go approach the bridge. And,
okay. Are you going to cross over?
Going to get to the peak of it.
Okay, sure. Stand on the bridge there.
Mm-hmm. Is it a tall bridge or is it a flat bridge?
It's an arched. It's an arched garden bridge.
Very Monet.
Yes, very Monet.
Has anything come into sight that's of interest or of peculiarity that Gibb sees? Or
whatever you can see on the map is what you can see. Okay. Let me. I need to make a couple of checks here on my side, so I'm working on that in the background.
So Gibb's gonna ask if Gerda wishes to try to communicate with this wonderful, elegant beast that seems to be.
I'll talk to it. I'll talk to it in common. I'm not casting a spell.
Oh yeah. No, that's what I meant. No, Gib
speak with animals is a spell.
No, not speak with animals, just regularly.
I'll chat it up. Yeah, I got a high personality.
Okay, hang on. Let's see if you can coax it out of the garden. Let me just refer to my notes.
It doesn't look anything like the cat that kept healing and getting stronger, right?
Jeez.
I think it was a pain in the neck.
Yeah.
All right. So you've seen this thing disappear into the garden, and it hasn't made itself. It hasn't been visible since you've kind of crested the bridge here. And it's sort of disappeared somewhere into the underbrush there. What is your plan, Gerda? How are you? Show us what you're doing in terms of coaxing this creature to you, or even if you are.
Are there reeds, or was one of these trees rather willow-like?
Yeah, some that are near the water dip their limbs down to drink from the running stream that winds its way through the garden.
I make myself a nice long willow branch.
Okay.
And I'm going to strip the leaves except the very end off of it.
Okay.
So what I'll have is a long curving branch with leaves at the end that'll weight it down a little, and I can just sort of bounce it like a cat toy in the clearing in front of me and call to it and say, "Hello, friend. Hello, friend."
Okay, great. I just need to pull up a few more notes.
Excellent idea.
I'm all about the non-aggression right now.
The non-spell checking.
Well, non-spell checking, and if we can avoid fighting things, because I have a feeling the most innocuous-looking things are the most deadly. Because this place is all topsy-turvy, and Isn't it a funny magic joke kind of place?
That's true. There is some of that. You've encountered a bit of it already, haven't you, with some of the plants?
Mm-hmm. And while Gerda made her save and didn't fall asleep, she's not that comfortable in this place. More comfortable in here than out, but still. Right. This pink smoke is pissing her off.
Let's see here. My house rules that have my reaction tables on them, which is everything that the Game Master needs. Good reaction table.
Yeah, we only want good reactions.
Right. Exactly. Not bad reactions.
No. We've had enough of those. Those invisible people chased us away.
We're fine with that. We'll leave that alone.
I'm trying not to be hurt.
So I think you're up here with Gib on the bridge.
Yes. And actually I'm a little further forward. I just don't want to excuse me, invade this creature's space without trying to be polite about it.
Right.
Besides, it is a carnivore. I don't care if it's the size of a house cat. We don't trust size anymore.
Size is, yeah.
Besides, we hang out with Hammy, and that little fucker is deadly.
There we go.
When he's awake.
Right now.
Yeah, and he said when he's awake. Okay, I clarified.
All right. Okay, so the you can see like wavering on the edge, like this twitching tail, this kind of crouching and getting ready to pounce, but then it dashes away back into the garden.
I'll be patient.
Okay.
And just keep singing my little songs to myself and saying the prayers as I'm playing with this thing, and then tossing some of the dried meat from my rations out there.
Oh. Okay.
And yes, I will mark some rations off.
Sure.
But I'm going to do it in bits and pieces.
Why didn't you do that?
And I'm going to throw it far enough away that it doesn't look like I'm trying to trap it.
Okay.
Just trying to get its attention, let it know there's something good here.
Everybody make a will check, DC 11.
Does the mask on my face help me at all?
You can make it at DC 10.
So it was a good idea.
Any modifiers to your will, Gib?
Damn it. Now. Because if it's per level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Grit is good.
Sindela is good.
I assume Hammy doesn't need to make one.
Hammy does not need to make one. No, I should have been clear about that.
Pretty.
Oh no. Is Sindela out again?
No, Sindela's fine.
Okay.
Where's out?
So, Gib, do you not know what your saving throw modifiers are?
Well, I looked. No, my will was last time 4, and it doesn't. I believe it goes up per level, right?
You're level 7 now, right?
Yes.
Some things go up like every couple of levels.
Yeah, you have to check the matrix. It doesn't always go up.
Okay.
So
either way, it definitely passed because I rolled a 10.
Cool.
And it was a 4, like a level or 2 go.
And your saving throw modifiers for level 7 wizard are reflex +3, fort +2, will +4. The only change being a +1 to your reflex from the last level.
Okay. Got it. Okay, so it's 14.
You have a total of +4, yeah.
Okay, cool. So,
Air core failed.
Okay, out of the brush, it was the rations which coaxed this creature out of its hiding place. And but first, it's the little tail that whisks away and comes kind of slithering out of the brush is like this bull-like creature, but it's flat and low to the ground and has these huge twisting horns on its head, and it's just and it comes out and like gobbles up the rations, and then it sort of scurries back into the trees out here, and behind it you see this little whisking white tail.
So the cat has horns on it?
No, it's
or
not
that
a
was
cat.
something else.
Like something that was sort of a cross between an alligator and a bull.
Huh.
So I'm thinking if we go over there, it's going to eat us too. Is it big enough to threaten us, or is it just?
It looks fierce.
Mm-hmm. Shit.
This is not the cat-sized thing we saw.
Mm-mm. This is a much bigger thing.
But you do see, like, as it turns away and it drags its tail into the underbrush. There's like sort of its tail is white and fluffy and sort of dancing and prancing about.
Oh, so
at the end of its long sort of serpentine tail.
That was a lure to get us. There wasn't a cat there. It was doing the same thing I did with the branches. Right?
Just for people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, was it that game with John? It's bait for what? Humans. That was creepy. Sorry.
All right.
Sorry for the tangent. Gert is not happy. Can I just mention that?
Sure. We hear you.
Freaky ass animals. All right. These aren't talking to anybody and they are weird.
So we could
turning your attention back to the rest of the party, Arcor's like slumped over the edge of the bridge, sleeping soundly.
All right, we got to get out of here because he's the only other one besides me who can lay hands. We've got to get out of here. Okay,
what will you do?
We're going to drag and carry our party members back into the courtyard.
Okay. I will move you back to the...
Or wait a minute, actually, it's not the garden that's doing it, isn't it? It's the pink smoke.
But it was heaviest here, supposedly.
Right? The reason we're having trouble in the garden is that it's really heavy and thick here.
Yes.
By the bridge, it wasn't as thick or as heavy as it was at the entrance to the garden itself through the gates. It was just the thickness and the heaviness of it that drew your attention to it once more at the start of the session.
I say we continue.
All right, but everybody put a mask on. Bundle up your faces so you're at least having less of a...
Agree.
All right.
Well, Horace will put on his...
Shit. Because if I go unconscious, if I fail a save, then we have nobody to wake us up. Yeah?
The elves, like people, have those golden environmental suits to protect them. Is that also like filter air?
Yeah, if you fully shrouded yourself in it, I suppose it could. Maybe would serve like drawing a bandana around your face.
Okay, so it's the same as just covering up with a regular bandana. It's not like an actual...
Yeah, it's more designed to protect you from the harsh realities of the mundane world, which is predominantly iron.
Got it. Okay, so completely closing up, and that's not going to give me any benefit than just putting a bandana on.
Right, it might look cool.
Right, okay.
I think it looked really cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna hate this.
Okay.
I think I have to try to cast Lay Hands on our court.
Okay. You put it off this long. Let's see what happens.
Well, first off,
are you dragging? So sorry. First off, are you guys returning to the courtyard?
No, I think Gibbs right. It just wouldn't change anything. We still have to find more information. Because even in the courtyard, we're going to be having the same effect on us.
Correct.
We would believe so.
We believe that we would probably have to take willpower saves continually, even if we're in the courtyard. And right now, we have absolutely no way to get past those frozen bars.
So you certainly do have ways to get past those frozen bars.
Oh, well, we do have one that strikes me immediately is Slaanesh Shah can teleport to the other side.
That's one. There are other ways.
Do they involve us dying?
No, they do not involve any death.
Oh, good. All right. I am thinking, who knows? I don't know if Gib, Fire Hands or whatever could offset it or something. I think there's some things like that. I don't have the spell that protects us from heat and cold.
And I will point to it's one of the fruits that you found, but that's your only hint that you're going to get for this whole module. That's your gimme.
That's fair.
That's our mulligan.
One of the fruits we found would get us through the frozen bars?
Easily.
Oh, that's like the ones that make us float and we can float over the top?
Right,
but
the ones that let you fly? Mm-hmm.
The ones that wasn't that in the area where we weren't supposed to go back into?
No, we have some of them.
We have.
No, they're in the courtyard.
We have.
They're in the courtyard itself, along the western gate.
Oh, I see. Okay.
There you go. That's your one gimme.
That's a great gimme.
Nothing more.
That's a great one. I still think I need to try to lay hands on our court.
Wall.
We're not hearing you too clearly, Ethan. What did you say?
Ethan, are you there?
We could just climb the wall.
Oh, yeah, one of us could. One of us could climb the wall.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And one could teleport, and others could drift over. I like this. And while this conversation's going on all around her, Gerda is very patiently, carefully following all rites and rituals.
All the proper rites and rituals must be observed.
All the proper rites and rituals must be observed. In fact, I'm doing them all twice. Well, because I don't know if they stutter, and I don't know what's breaking up, so I'm going to repeat it, and I'm not going to do it just once. I'm doing it actually a number of times.
Okay.
Because I don't.
Just get more annoyed because you keep knocking on the door and not saying anything.
Hey, whatever. I'm just telling you what her strategy is to try to compensate with what is really messing with her reality.
Okay, let's see the roll.
Let's see
if
the
healing
roll.
A condition, enter
Let's
condition
see the roll.
Sleeping. We need a 20. Fuck me twice.
Oh no.
Can I burn luck?
No. Oh well, so you rolled within your disapproval range, so
fuck yes.
That's the problem. So the spell fails anyway.
Yeah.
This is what you were dreading.
Yeah, exactly. So we get to do it all again.
Okay, so you get a point of disapproval.
Yep.
Now we check the disfavor. You threw a 2. You're off by 4. Oh, it's 4.
You forgot to try to sacrifice that weapon.
We've had nowhere I could do it so yet.
Well, so you thought. I mean,
I've been looking. Trust me. I'm paying attention, but We got chased out of the market before we could get over to the bridge over the lava. So that would seem like a logical place.
Alrighty.
Let's
see. Role playing, DCC, projects. Nope, not in projects. In custom deities and patrons.
Aaron's bringing up his custom "You're fucked" chart.
Well, yeah, that's right.
Well,
Peter helped me write it.
Yeah. My own fault.
All right, Peter, 4D4.
Well, what did
Total in 9.
9. I fear her wrath. Next disapproval roll is +5. Oh my God. The tension is building. You must tread carefully, or your views are suspicious, while all the proper rites must be observed. Oh, failed spell checks result in ×2 disapproval points. Roll, I won't make you roll again, but just take another point of disapproval, Peter. So you're at 7. You're at 7, Gerda, pardon me.
Yeah, she's done. I won't be casting.
Jib counsels her.
Now listen, they don't really have to worry about with this, this bad stuff happening.
Yeah, she won't be
in a kind way, just so she doesn't lose morale. A
little late, but she's not casting again until that disapproval's all gone.
All righty.
All right, let's move on, because once I'm unconscious, there's no one going to wake anybody up.
Arcor slumbers with his head
I'm
at
carrying
the edge
Hammy.
of the bridge. What will you do? Are you proceeding north across the causeway?
We don't have a clear path.
No, it's very...
I mean, why are we in the jungle, guys?
Well,
we couldn't go under the ice.
Yeah, okay. Well, do you want to keep going toward or follow the river? What do you want to do?
Well, why do we
There's
keep
a right angle up ahead.
Well, if we go, so the beast went, the weird alligator beast thing went northeast, right?
It did. Northeast into the density of the
So
garden.
Gibbs going to take one of his meat rations and throw it as hard as he can past where he saw the beast was going, so it'll hopefully draw it farther away to the east.
All right, make a luck check, Gib. Does that pass?
Yeah, it's equal to.
Okay. So it sails off into the distance. Mark a ration. You see some rustling of the trees. Seems to have drawn it off further to the northeast.
So our whole point here is to get 3 items. We've got so many fruit. We've got way more than 3 items. So why are we going on?
Do we think the fruit will work for that?
I
don't know. Why do we think it would?
Well,
what other?
Gibbs under the impression though that even if we get those things back to this supposed whatever person thingy it is, that it's still not going to send us off. It's going to be just part of another. We're going to be asked to do something else, which is part of the game that it's going to play with us, and we're at its mercy. So with that said, we could just take 3 things back and see what happens. We could just head back. We've got more than 3 things.
The one thing though that I realized,
treasures.
We definitely do have 3 treasures. The just the 3 different types of fruit is definitely could easily be considered a type of treasure.
I would debate that but
to wizards, they are definitely treasure.
But to a thief would never steal it.
The other thing I realized was this is called the City of Brass, and I don't remember if the community guy or not, but it's just by its name. I have a feeling we need to bring back brass things. So,
do we have any brass things?
Well, what was the bottle that was in the water?
Oh, that might be brass.
That was probably brass. See,
and the long spear there, according.
You guys have certainly found many things.
See, when I think treasure, I think like the blood storm swirling chest. Something inside there I would consider to be a treasure, but.
Oh, Gibb's been Gib votes for heading back out to the person and seeing what happens.
Going back to Alvance.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the status of the? And we were way in to the city, but I can't remember how we got in. And if we go back, is there going to be a problem? Okay, and if the guy says he still wants something more.
Well, then that's what we'll have to just overcome and deal with.
Okay.
Gib is not afraid.
So it sounds like you're leaving the city and returning to Alvance. Is that right?
I would vote for that.
What does Gerda think?
Gerda's offline. She's meeting with her god.
Appeared from the multiverse temporarily.
Oh, did he get dropped or something? Looks like it. Let's wait for Pete on and see what he thinks.
Ethan, what do your characters think?
I do know that Peter was his policy was get the F out of here. Because Arcor is unconscious.
Right.
And he's suffering terribly from disapproval.
Yeah, I'm back. And
there you are.
Yeah, and there's no way I'm casting another spell. Period.
Ever. Never again. I will not risk my god.
Not until I got the disapproval and disfavors gone. Because that last one's bad.
So while you were gone, we were discussing about heading back out to the creature that gave us the quest in the first place.
I'm all for it.
Okay. So all we have left to vote is the warrior and the thief.
Is he cooking?
I mean, I'm fine with going back. I just don't think we have what he wants.
No, that's fine, but that's absolutely true. And then we'll come back in.
I guess so.
As far as
if nothing else, getting out of the city might help people wake up.
Yeah, or get a reprieve, or be able to, remove
disapproval.
So when we were coming up to the city, so Gib puts this to the group. When we were coming up to the city, to the gates, to the left or the right was the potential of seeing this magma off of the cliff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't that be a good place to potentially sacrifice the weapon to potentially get back your
declare some of my disapproval? It might well be. Yeah. I'm willing to take the chance and do it. Absolutely.
So that would be a destroy the thing. Lubar.
Okay, I've heard some. It sounds like you guys are leaving the city. It also sounds like Gerda might make a side trip to the edge of the plateau to make a sacrifice.
Yes.
An offering to the goddess.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that first.
Which I was hoping the oak tree, which, by the way, as we leave, I am planting an oak tree next to this river here.
Oh, in the garden? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I like that. You want to mark it on the map somewhere so we have a reference to it if you are to return to this place. When you leave the city, I'll bring you back to the courtyard. I'll wait for you to make your notation if you like, Gerda.
I think it's notated enough. My drawing.
Your drawing.
Yeah, take us back to the courtyard, and I'll do a drawing there too. Okay. Oh, I did do a drawing there.
I think you did do a drawing.
Make it bigger.
Let's see. So you're heading back towards the pool, the shallow pool, which has the clear bottom, with the fire, the lake of fire, the sea of fire reflecting up through it. And you remember that when you were last in this area, you were attacked by guards of sorts in the tower.
Yeah, we could see figures through the slots then.
Mm.
Can we see them now?
You can make a mad dash for it if you like.
Probably a good idea.
Or you can do something else. You can make a mad dash for it and perhaps suffer their slings and arrows.
Of outrageous fortune.
Or you can approach your escape in another manner.
I'm going to walk forward. My shield's covering Hammy.
Right, who's tucked under one arm.
Yeah. So my shield's covering him. I don't have my weapon. I have my hand up. And I will yell out, "We came in peace. We are leaving in peace. We wish you no harm."
Okay. Give me a personality check.
Yeah, because my rolls have been great tonight. Let's see. Well, it's a 15.
Try this again. There we go. Oh, good Lord.
How many of them hit me?
You see figures move into, you see shadows moving into the abrasures, is that what they're called? These arrow slit. The abutments.
Well, we see him moving to the arrow slits.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm moving forward at a steady pace. And
what's everyone else doing?
I can't run in the water.
Oh, you can splash around in it. Again, it would be a mad dash, but Gerda, Horace, Sindela, what will you do?
Let's see.
A bolt of energy flies from the western tower, sizzling into the pool of water, 10 feet from Gerda.
Well, I think yeah, they're gonna make with Horace has got his shield like kind of like just above his head, kind of like just swirling around. Sindela is just putting everything she's got into running.
Okay, so Horace and Sindela make a break for it, bursting past the priest that's, you know, carrying the incapacitated halfling, raising her hand in a gesture of peace. Gib, what will you do?
He's gonna wait and thing.
Yeah, somebody help.
Slanishaw, what
Well,
will you
Arkor is
do?
unconscious, so someone help Slanishaw carry him out, please.
Would be Gib. He's the last one left. So maybe Gib and Slanishaw are helping to carry Arkor, and you're waiting to see what happens. Is that right?
That's what Gib's going to do. Yes.
I'll be moving a little quicker, obviously, since they're shooting at us. Oh, someone got a 20. Those ones are nice. Maybe they killed each other.
Let's see. What's your, low for Boris?
I mean, let's see. If Cindella were to actually move her full rate, she would
so two of these energy bolts strike Cindella.
Clear.
They rain down around Horus, never once hit closing on his personage. Cindella takes 11 points of damage, but the two of you breach the gates and are on the far side, collapsing in a heap.
All right. I will not complain. I have escaped temporarily.
I've escaped.
Temporarily.
Gib, Slanishaw, what will you do?
Can you? Yes, Gib's going to look at the towers more, especially the ones nearest him, and see if he can deduce if there's like, what's the slits look like? If there's a top to the tower,
Nils, would you mind zooming out just a little bit so I can get a bit of perspective about what you guys are saying?
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
I forgot I was sharing.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. So, the city gates lie directly to the south of you.
Mm-hmm.
To the east and west of your current position are two squat towers. They're round, and you can see arrow slits that look down into the courtyard and also out into the main courtyard towards the fountain.
Mm-hmm.
And south of those two squat round towers are two larger, taller towers, and they too have arrow slits that look into the courtyard near the gates.
Okay, so the one's
first set of towers is perhaps 30 feet tall. The second set is at least 50 feet tall, with spires that soar even higher into the air. Those black areas all represent walls, castle walls, that form the interior of this courtyard.
Can Gib sense if he's gotten back a spell lost from the beginning of the day?
You have not had any end of day recovery.
Okay. So the ones closest to the ones farthest south are the 30 foots. The ones closest to the group right now is at 50 feet, right?
Other way around.
Oh, other way around. Okay.
The towers closer to you are shorter and squatter.
Got it.
And the towers that are further away are taller and more majestic.
The sizes are more like they're trying to keep someone in rather than keep someone out.
Or to be like an interior gate, right? That's kind of what this reminds you of. Of those castles that you've seen.
But I mean, in general, the outer walls are actually taller than the inner walls.
The outer walls are taller than the inner walls.
Right, which is what would make sense to defending from the out to the outside.
No, your inner walls are always taller than your outer walls.
To your human mind, yes.
You're right, exactly. But I didn't design this place. I'm laying siege to it.
Gibbs going to move to the right here, and as best as he can, he's going to get ready to cast lightning. The millisecond that he sees the movement,
something in the shadows there. So you're carrying. Are you?
Nope, he's not carrying anything. He's put down.
Okay.
He's gonna.
Slanishaw, what are you doing?
Just kind of staying behind Gib in hopes that we can get Aircore out.
Okay, so you're staying close to Gib.
Yes.
And Gerda and Hammy, what are you doing?
We're continuing to move forward towards the gate. I'm getting out of here.
Okay. Are you running or just walking, or how are you?
I'm moving with purpose, but I don't think running through the water does me a whole lot of good. And
just striding purposely towards the gates.
Yeah, that's it. Besides, I don't want to drop Hammy.
Okay.
And he's so easy to lose.
Well, I don't have an 18 strength, and the water's up to my waist, so I've got to hold him up, and I'm trying to cover him. If they do shoot at me, I want to take it, not him.
All right. Make an initiative check. Gib. Beat a lot. Okay. So you do see some figures move into the archways, and they begin to rain again their fiery arrows down on you. Gerda, you receive 2. Looks like they'll both miss. Gib, you receive 1.
I thank the lady.
That's a miss. And Slanishaw, you also receive 1. A miss. You may cast your spell, Gib.
So that is a. What's he at? Are we at a +2?
Yeah,
we were at a +2 last time we checked.
Okay. So then that's a 18 for lightning. Let me. 1 second. Lost my place in the book for lightning.
Go, greased lightning.
That's Eternal Champion.
I hate the idea of running from an adventure.
18. The caster releases a single lightning bolt aimed at one target to which he has line of sight. The bolt has a range of 50 feet, which can be anywhere within 50 feet of the caster. The lightning bolt does 4d6 damage. So,
clearly one of the 30-foot towers.
Okay. Which tower do you?
The one nearest him.
I think that makes the most sense. Go ahead and make a roll. Roll your damage.
So what Gibbs going to try to do is take out a tower at a time, basically, on the right-hand side. So this is going to the right-hand one. Yep. 4d6, right?
Yep.
My internet. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
There it goes. It's there it goes.
97.
So there's this huge, you blow this huge hole into the face of the tower, and that area, there's nothing moving up there anymore.
Nice.
And there's this huge hole blown into into the tower itself.
Do we hear scrambling as the other ones run away from their arrow slits?
Good. Let's see what happens.
I mean, I'm not running. I'm moving purposely. I might be able to hear scrambling of feet. Or someone going, "Holy fuck! Get out of here!"
Okay, we're gonna do a new round of combat. What are all of you doing?
I'm continuing with what I was doing.
Okay, make steadfastly striding towards the gates. You'll make it this round.
So Gibbs going to think that if he sticks to the wall over here, that he is out of range of the other towers.
Where are you going to stick to?
To the right side now, to the east side.
Where you are currently?
Yep.
You can see clearly this this arrow slit over here. And if you can see it, it can see you.
Okay, but there was actually one thing that he did want to see.
A white flag of surrender. That's what we want to see.
So Gibbs going to move within 50 feet of that and cast lightning again on that.
Okay, so you're advancing on that taller tower to the south of you, and you're gonna blast it. What's
Gibbs
doing?
Gibbs just gonna say for them to stay there because he's gonna try. Gibbs just gonna try to take out these two towers, so that he could then go back and help carry, the elf.
Yeah,
on the right side perimeter.
Slashaw and Aircore will basically find whatever kind of cover, if anything at all, that they can get under while Gibb does that.
So it would be safe if you kind of retreated back towards the fountain.
Okay. By herself, because Gibb's busy. Okay. That direction.
So you kind of drag Arcor back towards, if you're back over here, that that would be out of the line of fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, give me a morale check. Not a morale check, an initiative check.
Boy, my internet or my thing's really slow. It's really taking a long time to change the dice.
I sure like to change my dice tonight.
Reconnecting if you want.
No, I just got it. It just went. So.
I'm going to save that 20.
While this is going on, the stamina burning.
You're going to stand on the heal, is that right?
That's what Sindel is doing while she's watching her companions.
Okay.
Over.
Let's see. That's a
4. So
that's a 4. So the creatures will win. There is going to be 1 point of damage. 1 point of Berta, you take 2 shots against you. They're both going to hit. Berta takes 12 points. Ouch. You make it out of the city just with your sheer force of will. Gib, one of these archers takes careful aim against you and misses.
Clearly not.
That could have disrupted your spell, but no, you can cast it.
I just was breaking up a whole lot. I barely heard anything.
Gerda just took 2 shots. You got 1 miss, and now you get to cast your spell.
Okay. So Gibbs casting on Okay, come on, something really good. Awesome. So that'll be a 27.
Nice.
Forked lightning. The caster releases 5 lightning bolts, 1 from each finger and 1 hand, but all targets must be within 45 degrees. So it's only going to be that one, of course, going to this one here. So it's probably only going to get 1, and then it'll peter out. A single target cannot be hit by more than 1 lightning bolt. If there are fewer than 5 eligible targets, then the last lightning bolts strike the ground and are lost. Maximum range of any single one is 150 feet. Too bad it wasn't 45 degrees, and it might have caught it. It's 5d6 going to this guy right here then.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
$15. Shoot.
So the other bolts slam into the tower and blast huge chunks out of it. But the archer is still moving there in the rubble.
Okay, he's gonna
and
cast.
You can tell that he's kind of, it's like a metal man up there.
Mm-hmm.
Golems.
Yeah. So Gibbs going to take the die roll down, which he's got to go to the funky dice because he can cast again.
Oh, okay.
So,
you're going to cast a second spell. All right.
Yep, going to cast lightning again. Seeing the metal man, he's going to cast on it.
All right. 15.
15. So that's a 26.
So it looks like you got it off, and that second incantation is enough to just blast it from the interior of the tower where it's cowering.
Perfect. Okay, so are we out of range from the other side?
Not necessarily.
If you went under the other tower, though, you'd be out of their line of sight.
That's okay. That's true. If we went the other way, then.
And just skirted the courtyard.
Really quickly, can Gibbs see what fruit is over here?
I was so waiting for that. I've been waiting for that.
Sure. But you're still in combat. Go ahead and roll an initiative.
God damn it.
Incorrigible is the word I believe we use.
Damn.
What's your armor class, Gib?
It is now. It's 13.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. One of these searing bolts of energy just grazes your shoulder and splashes into the wall where these plants are gathered, and you can make out, what exactly are they?
What is it? I've never seen one before. No one has, but I'm guessing it's a white hole.
Amongst other things.
Yeah, it's nothing you've seen. Metallic dates from a squat palm.
Metallic dates. Oh boy. Oh. Well, if he comes back, he's definitely going to go for them. But I
got a bad feeling we are coming back.
He's going to retreat back to where Slanishaw and his trusty elven friend are, and do the the priestess yelled out to do to go underneath the towers of the opposite side now that's been blown apart, so that he can carry his friend out.
What happened to Hammy?
Hammy was carried out with
Gerda.
Yeah,
they're out the door.
Yeah, I see them together.
The doors close
nice
after us.
And she was nice enough not to use him as the shield.
Exactly.
Okay, so what are you doing here?
So now, my imagination, the doors closed.
They're open.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Gibb now thinks that they're still going to get whacked upon when he try to make it out through the gate. Okay, so what Gibb's just gonna keep on. He's just gonna take them all out. Screw it. He's done dealing with this.
Blasting the towers with your lightning.
Yeah, he's
okay. From your current position, why don't you go ahead and cast that? The tower crumbles into a smoking ruin.
Curtis said we came in peace. Weren't you listening? This is what you get. This is what you get for fucking with us.
We came in peace. We leave you in pieces.
It's their own fault. It's their own fault. They could have just let us go by, but nope.
Well,
it's not.
Great.
That's that's not powerful enough probably to do any damage to the.
It's not.
4, 6. So that's only a 15. So it's failure, but spell's not lost.
That's good.
So he's gonna cast again.
All right. Before you do, hang on just a second.
Yep.
Okay. All of this magic, these lightning bolts being blasted in the tower, have drawn the attention.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
Does Solana Shaw see him?
Slithering out of this, out of these,
out of those bushes,
comes a brilliantly striped, colored snake.
Snakes.
I'm sorry, which bushes were they?
Always have to be snakes.
Asps, very dangerous. You go first.
Got it.
You see it coming.
I suggest you run quick.
And its eyes are shining like two little tiny moons, half crescents.
Oh, this is that whole old Gabriel Garrett thing. This didn't end well.
So if I remember correctly, you had said that the fruit that makes you float was out here in the courtyard somewhere?
No,
yeah,
it was way back.
It's to the top left of the courtyard.
Okay.
It's along the western gate.
Yeah.
There are grapevines that grow on the along the pedestal, the pillars of the western gate.
Got it. Okay. All right.
And it's there that those grapes exist.
Okay. And where's Gib? He's over here by the...
Yeah, to the left. Yep.
Okay. Because I just had the idea, if we could force that down Eric's throat, he'll float and it'll be easy for one of us to get him out of here. Maybe. But
yeah, that could happen. But
now that we got the snake.
Yeah.
Why did it have to be snakes?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Ericor.
Okay, so we're gonna roll initiative here in just a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I need to know before we do that what your actions are going to be. Ericor, sorry, Sanasha.
Right. She's going to. She is going to. Yeah, there we go. Hold on. Okay, she's going to try to drag Ericor kind of around the lake to about here, and and prepare to stay away from the snake and head for the door.
So are you going off to the east there, or are you going to the west towards the snake?
Remember correctly, the eastern towers are the ones that are blown up, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And now the western northern tower.
Yeah, I'm going to go away from the snake.
She's retreating.
Okay, I got you. What are you going to do, Gib?
He is going to attempt to retreat as well.
I think it's a good idea.
All right, go ahead and make an initiative roll. Beat a lot.
God.
Comes charging at the wizard that disturbed its slumber. It bites at you. It's fast. It's sparkling as it sort of lunges at your
hypnotizingly
calf.
Fast.
Hypnotizingly fast.
And Gibbs taken aback. He was having so much fun destroying these towers that would not let up. Or let him pass with peace.
Stationary objects, apparently. That was the issue.
Hits AC 16.
Ouch.
I believe. Yes.
That would hit Hammy.
Make a fortitude save. DC 20.
Jesus.
You might have made it.
Fortitude is +2. So it's not enough.
You want to burn luck?
You can burn luck. Or you feel the poison pumping into your bloodstream.
Oh boy.
We just got a luck last week.
He sure did. Okay, so I need to burn 2 luck?
I think so.
Damn.
How far off are you?
Well, I mean, at least you didn't roll a 6, right?
That's true.
You have a choice here.
Exactly. You can take advantage of the situation.
You have options.
You can grab the snake by the fangs.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm burning 2 luck. Which brings them down to... Oh, wait. No. Yep. Nope. Brings them down to 11. And then that makes it...
Or just do the classic break off its fang and spear its brain with its own fang.
Oh, that's what I'll do. That's right. I have a warrior wizard awesomer thingy.
Or at least he thinks he is.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you burn the luck?
I did. He did.
All right. Slanasha, go ahead and move. You can get at least to the first tower. Then you can make a decision about if you make it all the way to the second tower.
Oh.
You make it to here. What will you do?
Well,
I
just realized that people usually float, so I'm going to make a beeline straight for the door at this point.
Pulling him by the collar?
Yeah, and basically
through the pool.
once he gets into the water, he'll be a lot easier to carry. Or
well, you're gonna pull him along floating. You just do it. Yeah. He'll weigh considerably less. Yeah, you could do
that. Doesn't Gib get an attack?
You will.
Oh, okay.
One day.
Eventually.
This thing is like slithering in front of you, and it peers up at you with these weird, piercing, moon-like eyes. Make a will save. Make an opposed will save.
Oh man.
Mom, Dad, don't touch it. It's evil.
No, this is the boa constrictor in Jungle Book.
15.
I got an 18.
16.
Ow.
You feel your muscles like slow. It's like you're swimming in like syrupy molasses. Like you can't quite break your gaze from the snake's eyes.
So he doesn't get his attack?
He does. You do.
Oh.
You're just slowed.
Oh, let's hope Nils can help.
I was just measuring angles.
Good.
And potentially next round, Horace could shoot his crossbow at the snake.
Okay.
Potentially.
Into melee, I like it.
Well, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Sure.
And that's when we call for Horace.
And that's why you use your D die then too.
That's exactly what I do.
Gib, what are you doing?
Casting lightning.
Okay. Sorry, I think you declared your actions as last round as retreating. So this is the complication of the funny time stuff. So you do get away from it. Go ahead and make a reflex check to see if it can, no, you do get away from it because this is the weirdness of the time, right?
Because the time skips.
Yep. All right, it's a new round. What are you guys going to do? Looks like Arcor is just getting the hell out of Dodge with Slanishaw.
Horace is going to shoot his crossbow.
All right.
Now that Gib is disengaged, if he can win initiative over this snake, he can get a clean shot.
All right, you can even roll initiative with your warrior abilities.
Excellent. I'm standing next to him with my bow.
Okay, that sounds like Gerda's going to be taking aim as well.
Yeah, I'm using the old string and one of those ancient arrowheads.
Okay.
Black arrow, you've never failed me. I had you of my father and he from of old. If ever you came from the forges of the true king on the mountain, go now and speed well.
Cindella, will you do anything?
Cindella is still feeling the effects of her stamina burn for the next 18 minutes.
Slanishaw?
That's precise.
I'm
still currying. One hopes.
I'm just checking to see.
That's what Gibbs says. Run!
We're covering your retreat.
Yeah, I'm just checking to see if there's any crazy things I can do, which is not much. So I will run.
Well, can you teleport with someone or only by yourself?
Oh, that's a good point.
Can you teleport the two of you out of there?
We've never done that before.
Ooh,
you've never done that before because when you've only ever used this, you've only ever stepped yourself between the Fae and the mortal realm.
My
is
I think it's per level, and I'm level 3 now, so that's 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
But am I moving? What's my move compared to that? I mean, am I going to be moving any faster teleporting?
Same.
Right. So I'll just drag him through the water.
Yeah, but you need to start testing this stuff out when we're not in life and death situations because this is a great ability we're not using.
Yep.
All right, Gib, what will you do?
He's still running.
You're running. All right.
No fool he. As arrows come flying past him.
All right, make a initiative check.
All right.
Got to beat something. Uh-oh.
Hang on. Nope. Nope. It don't matter.
Looks like the snake wins. Gib,
Oh,
you're
yes.
so slowed that you like barely touch the edge of the water and the snake's back on you.
All right, well, Horace is going to have to do what Horace is going to have to
see, here's
do.
the attack. I think that's going to hit.
Yep.
Make the will save. DC. Sorry, this is a fortitude save. DC 20. Oops. And Gib goes down. The snake curls up on him on his body, like tangling within his limbs.
Can anybody get to him?
Crocodile, it's kind of close.
All right. There are a few shots being fired by
oh boy.
Horace and Gerda. Do you let loose or do you stave off? Hardcore and Slanashaw, you make it out of the city.
All we can see is the coils of the snake, right?
Yeah, you can just see the snake kind of twining itself around Gib.
We got to go back, and I'm firing and moving forward.
Okay, Horace is he said he was shooting and he's shooting.
What do you...
At the snake.
17.
Its armor class is...
I got a 13.
17. You do hit it. Does your deed go off?
I rolled an 8 on my D8 for my deed die.
All right, let's see. Horace saves the day again. Roll your damage, Horace.
Okay.
Don't forget about...
points.
For the record, I am running now, by the way.
Splash, splash, splash. All right.
Does Gib get
you want to burn a point of luck, Horace? You know you could kill it if you burned a point of luck.
Burn luck for
Horace. Did we just lose Ethan?
Then yes, I will.
All right, burn a point of luck, and your bolt strikes
the last
true.
second. He just twitches his face in it. Nope, there's the shot. Fires. Before he's released, he knows with that final adjustment that it's going to kill.
And the snake's head rears up and it turns to look at you as the bolt flies through its gaping jaws. All right.
I'm splashing forward to go grab Gib. Is he still conscious?
He's breathing. He's alive.
Okay, I'm dragging him back.
All right, but he's
Fireman carry.
He's like stiff as a board, like rigid.
Yeah. Well, I do have neutralized poison, cure disease. So if we can get out of here and get rid of disfavor, I can cure that. But I got to get him out of here first. So I'm fireman carrying him across the water.
Okay. You guys make it out of the city and you return to the rocky outcropping where you last spoke with Alvance. He's there. And he's like, "What did you bring me? Show me. What treasures did you bring from the city of brass? 3 things. Share them with me, please."
I give him the brass bottle.
Oh, fascinating.
And the banner.
Oh, a mighty warrior must have waved this atop the walls. I can see it. And sort of waving it over his head.
And she's handing him the healing pair of intoxication.
The healing pair of intoxication.
In fact, Gerda will give him both of hers.
Oh, he's like, oh, yeah. He's like smelling them, savoring them. He's like almost going to eat them, but he's like, no.
No, you don't eat that until you send us home.
Yes, I will send you home. Whoosh. He opens a gate in the ground, very similar to the gate that you saw when you first entered this place.
Oh man, Kid wanted to go back.
Well, you almost stayed. As snake
Forever.
poop.
Forever.
Snake poop. So he says, "This is all you recovered from the city? No fortunes, no treasures? These are magical gifts to a man like myself, but oh, so much more was there for the taking. Oh, never mind."
Well, maybe someone like you wouldn't have fallen asleep, but the effect of the pink smoke on us, we couldn't stay long. We were going to all been asleep. But nice to have had that mentioned.
The rosy incense of the city of brass places the entirety of the population in a deep slumber. It has been that way for centuries. Well, I will gaze upon my father's gates and contemplate my existence on this plate. He munches onto one of those pears.
Oh, he's
this
so
contented smile comes over his face. It says, should you ever wish to return, you may. But the only way those gates can be opened again is with the mighty sacrifice.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that.
You can see the blue skies of your mortal plane beckoning beneath you. White clouds, not pink, sail by smoothly and cleanly.
Well, time to go back. Syndella says the signs of Colbranus owe her.
Okay.
It's time for them to pay up with the land they purchased.
Wow, I didn't know you were a farmer.
Or like a benevolent dictator, I think.
A thief with a minor in horticulture.
Oh, man.
They go hand in hand more than you think.
If we had stayed any longer, we would have fucking died.
You would be surprised.
And there was so much more we never got to. I know it.
Gib, even though he's stiff as a board, he can hear all this, and you can see a tear drop down the side.
Like what an Indian tear.
Yeah.
even though he can't move, he's just like, so much magic.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Okay. I think well, tell me what are you guys doing? The portal is open. Alvance sits there before you, gazing longingly at the city that's there in the hazy horizon.
Well, Gibbs at the mercy of the group right now. He can't protest anything. He's paralyzed, basically.
Yeah,
I'm picking up Hammy.
Okay.
Slanishaw has air core.
Okay, and
who's carrying Gib?
We're leaving Gib behind.
Sorry, did Syndella and Horace already go through the gate?
Oh, yeah, there go. When Syndella saw that or saw home, she went, "Nope, we're gone."
Okay. All right, I like it. So there are 2 healthy party members and 3 catatonic ones that remain on the plane, or that remain on the plateau of City of Brass, trapped between the plane of earth and the plane of fire. What will you do?
I suggest shut the portal.
Yeah, we have enough to carry everybody through, right?
Sure, Pammy's small.
Yeah, so.
All right. You make it through, you fall lightly through the air as if you were a feather or a spider's gossamer thread, and you land lightly and bravo, gentlemen. You you face the city of brass and live to tell the tale of it. This draws to a close our DCC campaign. If you're interested, we could move to domain level play using Adventurer Conqueror King. Will take me a little while to kind of ramp up on that and set the scene and the setting for you all about what's happening with that that new play style. But domain level play is more about being the rulers or the wardens of the land. Powerful heroes in your own right, but with the opportunity to sally forth to perform other adventures. We'll explore another rule set called Adventurer Conquers Kings. And
I have all
sorry, do you have that one, Ethan?
I have all of it.
Okay, cool. So you should brush up on that. Okay. Get familiar with that rule book.
Yeah.
So 60 sessions, that's quite an achievement.
And Gib didn't die at the very last minute in the last adventure.
Well, he's not. He's still poisoned.
He is.
Yes.
And though he does recover through the ministrations of Gerda.
Because the next morning, all the disapproval and disfavor is cleansed again.
Right. Why don't you make that spell check?
I gotta save Hammy too, don't I? He's still asleep.
I'll save Ericor first, since he has the ability to do it too.
I think Peter has neutralized poison.
We're talking about waking guys up too.
Right.
So do Gib first.
Yes.
So I will tell you that you can all recover on your own natural accord.
Okay.
You won't need spell casting to do it, though we could do the spell casting to see how effective it is from the snake bite.
What is the bonus or deficit here today in this world?
Today is a 0.
All right.
If you're in a place that you've never seen before, it wasn't the place that you entered this realm, it's someplace new.
That's what I was worried about. He kept saying, we'll send you home, but we've had so many homes he would send us back to.
Right.
Who knows, right? Wherever we set down, as soon as we set
really
down,
just back in our plane.
Could be in the first one, yeah, where the portal under the stars started. I want to, as soon as we set foot on this normal world, or as normal as we're used to, I want to plant another oak tree.
Okay.
You're the guy from Silent Running.
Are you going to cast this spell on Gib to neutralize this poison?
Yes, I am. 19.
Pretty good.
Let's see how good. I should have had the book open. Is it level 1 or 2? It's level 2, isn't it? Never used word of command in this adventure once. And we started the adventure, I had disfavor. Neutralized poison, 16
You were handicapped
to 19.
a large part of the time, so because of the whole weird...
I started with 3 disfavor.
Yeah.
The cleric retards the subsequent effects of one poison or disease that's affecting the target and removes the remaining dosage or effect from the target system. In addition, any effects suffered already are reversed in the same time frame under which they were first suffered. However, a creature that has already been killed by the poison or disease not brought back to life.
Okay.
For example, a naughty that lost 3 points of strength over the course of 3 weeks to an ongoing disease will recover those lost points over the next 3 weeks.
Okay, so it's like sort of a slow recovery. It sounds like, right? To recover these traits, right?
If he lost traits to this poison, then however long he's been poisoned, it's going to take that long to get it back.
Yep, go ahead and roll a d3. Or unless you'd like me to do it to see what lingering effect persists from this poison.
I'm trying to get to it.
3. You are scarred with an acute paranoia.
That's okay.
You are convinced that they're plotting against you, spying, listening, and always nearby.
He always feels
As
that.
the affliction develops over several days, you become convinced that everyone around you is part of this plot. Conversations are about you. Laughter is directed at you. Every action of a former friend is aimed at deluding you to fulfill this plot. The paranoid character will be principally concerned about their position or goods first. But as the insanity advances, you will realize that the plotters are actually after your life.
Good thing we cured this.
Signs of suspicion, and you often take elaborate precautions with locks, guards, and devices to protect yourself.
Not necessarily a bad thing against Sindela.
You will also exhibit highly irrational behavior, hire assassins to do away with plotters, and become homicidal in order to protect your life.
Wow, that's some pretty powerful poison.
You trust absolutely no one.
Wise.
However, if this was the effect of the poison, then that will heal.
It is a side effect of the poison. It's not the whole result of the poison. So yes, over time it could recover. But Gib, I expect that if you continue to play with us, that you will exhibit these paranoid traits as often as you can. And Sindela, you can continually try to draw him back to the sanity of his true mind.
Oh no, he's being sane by doing this.
I will try to bring him back to his sane mind.
Okay. Nella's gonna make fun of him for it.
She's gonna egg him on.
She's gonna reinforce the problem.
You have to be careful though, because he does just sling around lightning bolts like nobody's business.
And fireball. So that's why we're gonna calm him down. And Gerda, who, if he's gonna trust anybody, he'll probably trust Gerda a little. She'll keep working on him, and she'll keep centralizing.
Retire and drink a lot.
So something to think about. Something to think about with your character, Gib. That he's now kind of a paranoid wizard, powerful paranoid wizard. But I mean, that's the price that you pay for dabbling in the
dark arts,
in the arcane arts. Yeah.
And talking to spider gods. Oh no, that was our card.
Is this the end of this overall everything? We're going to move on to another game.
Well, we can carry forth the same characters, but we're going to do a slightly different style of play. And there's going to be opportunities for the heroes to exert themselves back into the world, or have their own henchmen and minions. But it's something called domain level play. So it's about playing the kingdom, or because you are such powerful heroes in your own rights now, you send others forth to do your bidding, basically.
Of course Sindela does. Why would she ever put herself in danger?
Mm-hmm. But I don't know a lot about it, so it's something that I'm going to
we could check it out, and if
explore and investigate.
See if I dig it, I'll carry on.
If not, I'm happy to give you my copy of Colossus Arise, which I've never looked at more than a couple pages of art.
Okay.
It's a level 8 adventure.
Oh, a level 8 adventure.
By Harley Stroh. So
well, I don't did that come in like the adventure pack or something, or is it something that you picked up yourself?
No, this is one of them that came in I think it was like 6 or 7, and you got I
might have that too. So we could just jump into Colossal Arise, and you guys could.
Well, I say that's a good backup if your other plan doesn't work. But I'd love to try something new, and I think Gerda can go to if we are anywhere near the gates of Gan in this world, then I can go back and start tending my sacred grove there, and perhaps build a cathedral.
Okay, and I think this is sort of the stuff that we'll kind of iron out, like through email or through kind of subsequent follow-up conversations.
Yeah.
But how about hits and misses, guys, for the whole campaign? I'll start. I think
please do.
I think the biggest hit for me was just even being able to do this with you guys on a regular basis, have a group of regular players or that come together once a week to role play around the table and kind of stretch and grow our skills and our appreciation for the hobby. You know, I think that was super exciting for me, and getting to make this whole Roll20 thing work. You know, this virtual tabletop. You know, I think we had some hiccups with it in the beginning, but it, you know, eventually kind of settled down and it did what I was hoping it would do. You know, let me share with you guys the beautiful art and maps from all of these adventures that I have kicking around, and we got to do some wild stuff with some kind of DCC kind of modules and then the kind of classic AD&D modules. That for me was super
Those
cool.
are well adapted and completely unexpected.
Yeah, those were certainly fun.
And not what you expect in DCC. DCC tends to be a little more straightforward, and these were a little more sandbox, which was a very interesting way to play.
Yeah, that's for sure. We did get to mess around with that. I mean, the whole city of Brass itself was just one big giant sandbox.
Yeah, I feel bad that we didn't get to go further in that, but I didn't want to fall asleep.
Right. There's this kind of this risk and time and tension that's built into that.
It was an interesting layout for sure.
Yeah, the crazy thing about that, like I was telling Mike the other day, is all those maps are hand drawn by Anthony, so they're they're pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was a very neat idea. Very neat. Yeah.
How about from the player's side, Nils? You want to start maybe? Hits or misses for the campaign as a whole?
Yeah. Well, I really enjoyed playing Rydian.
Poor Rydian.
A good character and a fun character to play. I enjoy just the whole storytelling and community aspect of it, and being able to, you know, always have a regular thing to get together. I think that, you know, watching you go through your GM growth has helped me with my campaign and given me ideas and things like that. So it's always good to see it from the other side. And
right.
So that's one of my hits is just, you know, not only, you know, trying stuff in my campaign, but then seeing other people's and, you know, just getting more experience from watching other people do it.
More inspiration, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. And then just all the cinematic moments, and I guess the kind of like the as I was.
We lost you a little bit there.
Okay. Just the history that we've built, that Horace always has the clutch rolls, kind of like the
yes,
not the in jokes, but the I'm not sure quite how to describe it, but as I was mentioning to Aaron last week, it seems like Gib is kind of like the statement, nature abhors a vacuum. If nothing's happening in the game at that moment, Gib's going to do something that will make something happen.
Yeah,
You can always count on Gib for moving something forward, whether or not it's good or bad.
Pulling on a lever, I don't care which lever it is. I'm just going to yank on it.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to eat this thing.
Right. So I think that each of us had What was that?
A provocateur.
Yes. So I think each of us had our own character trick, or whatever, for lack of a better term, that we played to and worked well into the stories and made the stories. So
cool. Cool. Good observation. How about for you, Gib? I know you weren't with us from the onset, but
From
you
the
did
very
join
beginning.
us.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I just enjoyed the
3/4 of the way, and
enjoyed the role playing the most from everybody.
Right on.
You know, that was great. All the storytelling, like we said. The haphazardness of it, though, was also very fun.
Yeah.
And the modules were really, really cool.
Yeah, they were something special. Everything that we chose and just kind of tied in together.
Yeah. And the fact that we all lasted so long, we were able to pull it off one way or the other.
Mm-hmm. How about for you, Ethan?
Oh, I mean, my biggest hit was that just how much time I've gotten to roleplay. I mean, way back at the beginning, I'd had maybe 5-6 hours, maybe a real role playing, and this has really allowed me to expand and grow and learn from a bunch of veterans at this, and bring it into my father's game and helping people there, and just even DMing and creating modules of my own and things. Yeah, it's great to see all the different characters coming together and all of us working together and just having fun week after week.
Right, exactly. Thursdays are always a highlight of my week, just because it's closest to Friday and furthest from Monday. But having a regular game night, made it even that much more special, important, interesting, fun.
Yeah.
Anticipatory. How about for you, Peter? Hits or misses for the campaign in general?
Well, the miss is that this stage is over. But it's like a chapter in a book. The chapter is wonderful. Now we're going to a new chapter, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just it is a passing for me, and I've never had a character, and even when I was younger, I can't remember a character getting to this level, because this is the equivalent of like 14 or 15. And,
yeah, this is 12 to 14. AD&D equivalencies.
Yeah, I never had anything get like this, and what we were able to do as a party, power-wise, was just kind of exciting. But really, back to what Nils was saying, the history we created together, this group narrative, which is definitely something you're ahead of me in the group narrative games, but this group narrative we forged was just so exciting. And there were weeks where I would think all week about where we were, what was happening, what am I going to do when we start up again, how are we getting out of this? And I'd think about it all week. And when I paint multiple miniatures for a figure character, that's one thing. But when it's for a character that doesn't even need minis, that means something's inspiring, And I found it lit up things that had nothing to do with gaming. I started drawing a lot more, and I started drawing a lot more when we started role playing. And I've not role played much since college.
Exactly. I mean, that I feel pretty much the same way. A couple of years ago when we started on that DCC trail, I mean, I was role playing more than I have since like junior high school. But with the regular game night like this, I mean, we never even had that in college where we played.
No, the closest was John. Right? The closest was John Stone's. His Warhammer Fantasy role play was. That went on a long time. A lot of different people in and out of it, but it never had the same feeling of a group shared narrative that this did.
Well, and I think there wasn't a lot of continuity, right? I mean, we might play for a couple of weeks in a row and then take a break and then come back to it.
Right, and different people too, and so characters were in and out.
Right.
Whereas this really felt like a group we were forging something, and we were doing it together. And even when we had the total party kill, it was a bummer, but it also made us more determined to we're getting through things. We're not going to do stupid stuff again. We're going to be smarter. We're not going to put our hand in the hole. Oh wait, that happened later. But my point is, it really, we came together. We came together even more about how do we form a team. And I also liked how we got to know each other's characters in a way. It's like, hey, you know how to do this. I'll do this. You do this. And I'm looking forward to what the next stage brings. But it was really, I don't know, it was almost like the Avengers. We'd gotten to a point where we could do all kinds of things, and we were even better together.
Yeah, I was just hearing as you're going through that from the first Avengers, the thing that Nick Fury says where there was an idea.
Yeah.
So.
Right on.
What I wanted to say was, I don't know if Guy's still listening to the podcast.
I haven't heard from him lately. Did you want to? Well,
just the idea that we had the opportunity, probably the very, very rare opportunity in role playing, to know that we're playing a game that the author is listening to.
Right.
And
I think that was
be able to have him come in later and discuss it with us.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he had this sort of opportunity to watch his creation in action.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Maybe not for the system that he designed it against, but to see players deal with the puzzles, face the challenges, explore the dungeon. I mean, I think that was the technology allowed that to happen in a way that was pretty much impossible 10 years ago, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. Right.
And I think, and I know that Guy really appreciated and enjoyed that aspect. I mean, he listened to every episode as it was published. Over a few days. Whether it was at work or commuting or taking the kids to the park or whatever. But he would always, when I would bump into him or talk to him, he'd be like, "Oh man, it was so cool when they did this or did that," or "I didn't even think about how that might, or how you tied this together with that." I mean, that was fun. He
didn't mind us going, what is with your sadistic friend?
Right. Well, gentlemen, I think it was a good wrap to the session tonight. Thanks for that.
Super awesome run. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron, for doing all this.
Sure. And I'll be in touch via email, and we'll figure out where we go from here.
Sure.
And then next Thursday, I'm open to holding. We can get together and we can do a one shot. We can get together and we can figure something out. So if anybody's interested in that, just pester me on email too.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely interested in getting together next week, and if nothing else, we're figuring out what we're doing next.
Yeah,
right.
Because you and Ethan will have read or be familiar with the rules. None of us will be.
Yeah,
so you might have an idea about how to talk about it.
The introduction kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Well, we'll poke around with that next week.
Okay, guys.
Good. Then I'm gonna level my characters up next week because.
Oh yeah, and actually everybody except for Gib can level up because Gib already took his level advancement early. But if you want to level your DCC characters over the weekend, please do.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
All right, guys. Good night.
Take it easy.
Good night, guys.